Hello, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to Introductory Learning. This is mathematics. In this video, we want to look at this question. It is coming from 2021 grade 12. This was paper 1 and it was question number 22B. The question says, the diagram below shows the graph of y is equal to negative x plus 2, the other pair of brackets we have x minus 5. So this is the graph that they are talking about and it is labeled. The graph cuts the x-axis at A and B. So this graph you are seeing here is cutting the x-axis at A and B. The questions: find the coordinates of the points A and B. So we want to find the coordinates of this point and also the coordinate of the other point. So we need to find the coordinates of this point and also the coordinate of this point. That's the first part. Then the other part says we have to find the maximum value of y. Maximum value of this function. Well, let's begin. The question is from quadratic functions. These are quadratic functions, right? So now we are told that the graph that we've been given here is cutting the x-axis, this is the x-axis, at point A and B. So now we need to find the coordinates here for the values of A and B. What will be the coordinates of these two values? Well, the understanding first of all that you need to know here is that of the Cartesian plane. You need to know that when you have a Cartesian plane like this, this is your y, this is your x. If I have a point in this x-axis, if I have a point here, it means this point will be x, 0. Why is it so? Because the value of y in this axis is always 0. So I can say maybe this point here will be 2, 0. You see that? As long as it is in here, the value of y will remain 0. Same is true on the other side here. If I have a point here, being told that this point, for example, is point E, it means that in this, as long as it is in the y-axis, the value of y will remain 0. So it will be 0, y. This side it is negative, so it will be 0, negative y. You just need to find the value of y. I hope this is clear. The other information that I want you to know here is that the equation of the x-axis is y is equal to 0. That is the reason why I was saying always this is 0. And the equation for y-axis is always x is equal to 0. I hope this information is clear. Coming back to this. With this in mind, then we are saying the value or this point here, A, will be x, 0. Because this is x-axis, so it will be x, 0. You see that? The value of y will be 0. This one here will also be x, 0. Now to differentiate the two, maybe we can say this one x1, then this one x2. I see that. So now that we have the value of y, this is y, this is y. We have the value of y, which is 0. Substitute in the equation. Then you get the values of x, 2 of them in that. y2, because it is a quadratic. I said these are quadratic functions, so quadratic will produce 2. So now let's do that and find the values. So you get this write it here. Y is equal to negative x plus 2. Then we have x minus 5, like that. So in here we are saying the value of y is what? 0. So where there is y, put 0. So if I put 0 here, it will be 0 equals to this. Right? Now I can write it with the x. I'll say negative x plus 2. Then x minus 5 equals to 0. It's the same thing. I just want 0 to be on the other side than saying 0 is equal to. So you put it in that way. Solve that equation. Solve the equation so that you have the values of x. Well, since the equation is equated to 0, there is no need of you starting expanding this. No. Just get the first one equate to 0, second one equate to 0. Two separate equations. So the first one will be negative x plus 2 is equal to 0, or the other one will be x minus 5 is equal to 0. Please only apply this method if the equation is equated to 0, not any other number. If it was equated to 1, negative 7, any other number, expand this. Get that quadratic equation, that's the one you are going to solve. But for as long as it is equated to 0, just see, equate them. This equal to 0, this equal to 0. I hope that information is clear. Then here, we are going to solve for the value of x, which will be negative x is equal to 0. This positive 2 will be negative 2. Then negative x will be equal to, this will give us negative 2. To remain with x here, I'll be able to divide by negative 1, or just divide by negative, and my answer will be 2, without a negative. Because this one I'll say negative 1, this one I'll say negative. This negative will go, x is equal to 2. So the first value will be 2. Then on the other side, x will be equal to 0, negative 5 will be positive 5, x will be equal to 5. So I've got these two values of x. Come back to this. Which one do you think will be b? Well, you just say now, therefore, a will be, so this a, have you seen where the point is? So it will take the smaller number, which is 2. You cannot say 5 here, 2 here, no. So this one will take 2, then the other one will take 5. So a will be 2, 0, and b will be 5, 0. So those are the two values of a and b. I hope this is clear. The next one, maximum value of y. Maximum value of y. First of all, you need to understand what they mean. When they say maximum value, you have got this graph. Its turning point is here, meaning that will be the maximum value. So here, if we go it in that way, the number that they want, maximum value of y, is this one, which is making this curve to 10. So we need to find this value here. That is the maximum. If the curve was like this, they could have said minimum value, because it is minimum down. But like this, it says maximum. Okay. Now, to get the maximum, there are two ways that you can get the maximum value of y. One is by finding the value of x here. Okay? You find the value of x. After finding the value of x, substituting here, you get the y, which will be this point. That is one way. Two is by using the formula. Okay? By using the formula. So let's put it in this way. This line you are seeing here, which is able to cut the quadratic function or graph into two equal parts, is the axis. We call it the axis or the symmetry of the curve. Now, to get this value of x, after getting this value of x, I'll substitute it in here, then I'll get the maximum value of y. But the question is, how do you get this value of x? We use the formula. So you say, to get the value of x, you use the formula x is equal to negative b over 2a. Where is this coming from? Do you remember here I said these are quadratic functions? Now, quadratic functions, we have what we call quadratic equations. Now, if you remember the quadratic formula, we say x is equal to negative b, positive negative square root b squared minus 4ac, everything over 2a. I see that? So, this value here, this value which is able to divide the x value, the symmetry that is able to divide the curve into two, is this one here. Let me use this. It's this one here. From this equation, it's this one. Negative b divided by 2a. Negative b divided by 2a. I see that. So now, it's just a matter of now knowing what is your a, your b, substitute. You get the value of x. After getting the value of x, we'll come and substitute in here. Well, what is our a? What is our b? We go back to the equation here. We need to know our a and b. So in that case, you have to write the equation y is equal to negative x plus 2. Then the other pair is x minus 5. So we are going to expand this side so that it is in quadratic arrangement, the way the quadratic formula or equation is supposed to be. So we are going to say, when you are expanding, you say now y is equal to negative x times x gives us negative x squared. Okay? And then negative x times negative 5. This will give us positive. Negative will be positive 5x. We are done with this. Come to this one. 2 times x. This will give us 2x. Again, 2 times negative 5 give us negative 10. At that point, we are going to say y is equal to negative x squared. These two are like terms, therefore they can be added. So if we add, we are going to get plus 7x minus 10. Now, have you seen now that it is a quadratic equation? We can now identify at this point our a and b. So our a is the coefficient of the x squared. So here, our a is equal to, coefficient of x squared is negative 1. So negative 1. Then b is coefficient of x, which is 7. C is equal to the constant negative 10. But we don't need c, there is no c here. So just a and b. So here we are going to say x is equal to negative, what is our b? 7 over 2, what is our a? Negative 1. X is equal to negative 7 over 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. So our x will be equal to, these will cancel, negative 7 over 2. That will be our x. I see that. So this value that we have calculated, it is this point here. So this point is 7 over 2. 7 over 2. So this point here is 7 over 2. Now, the maximum value here, we are not told to find the value of x. We want the value of y. So since now I have the value of x, I'll substitute it in here and get the value of y. Just like that. So now I'll say, in the equation, I'll substitute. I can substitute it at this point or the one that I've already simplified here. I'll substitute it at that point. I will be able to say y will be equal to negative, what is my x? It is this number that I'm substituting in this one here. So y is equal to negative, this one, when you are substituting, put in brackets, 7 over 2, like this. There's a square, plus 7, again x, the same value, 7 over 2, minus 10. I see that. Then we simplify and find the value of y. Whatever we're going to find, that will be the maximum value of y. And remember, this maximum value of y should be a positive answer. Positive. These are positive. So if you find negative here, it will be wrong. So let's continue. Y is equal to negative. Let's find this. 7 over 2 squared. It means 7 squared, which is 49. 7 times 7 over 2 squared, which is 2 times 2, gives us 4, plus, this one is 7 times 2. This is same as saying 7 over 1. So it will be 7 times 7, 49, over 1 times 2, 2, minus 10. You following? We continue here. We are going to say y is equal to, I can now find the answer to this first, which is negative 49 over 4 plus 49 over 2. Okay? Without the calculator, you just say these two here. There is a common denominator, which is 4. How many 4s are in 4? 1. 1 times negative 49, negative 49 here. You see? Plus 2 into 4. It is 2. 2 times 49, 98. So 98. I see? For these two. First we deal with this before we subtract the 10. On top, negative 49 plus 98. What answer am I going to get? This is the same as saying 98 minus 49. It will be 49 over 4. So whatever I'll get here will be 49 over 4. So I'll say y is equal to 49 over 4. Remember there is this, negative 10. Again at that point, over 1. We find the common denominator. So say y is equal to, common denominator, what will be that? It will be 4. How many 4s are in 4? 1. Times 49? 49. Minus. How many 1s are in 4? 4. Times 10? 40. 49 minus 40, this will give us 9 over 4. So, in short, our answer now will be y is equal to 9 over 4, which you can even write in mixed fraction to say y is equal to, how many 4s are in 9? 2. The remainder is 1 over 4. So this one now is our maximum value. That is the way to go. So in short, I'm saying to find the maximum value, one way, to find the maximum value of y, you need to find the line of axis, which is the x value. How do we get this x value? Use this formula here. You use this formula here. Okay? This formula is coming from the quadratic equation. That is what I've said. So you use the formula here. Substitute your B and your A. Where do you get this? From the original equation. If it is given in this format, you expand first so that you write it in quadratic form. From there, you know how to pick your A, B, and C. Substitute until you get your X. Once you get your X here, substitute in the original equation to get your Y. That Y that you are going to get is your maximum value. That is one way. The other way is by using the formula for this same maximum value. What formula is that? So you can use this one. Y is equal to 4AC minus B squared over 4A. So you can use this one. How do you go about it? This one will give you direct this answer here. That's why I said two ways. One way is by going this far. Then the other one is by going direct to this formula. Okay? So each one has got advantages and disadvantages. This one you may forget the formula. So if you forget the formula, it will be hard for you to find this value. But if you cannot forget this, then you will be able to substitute your A, B, and C here. A, B, and C. Substitute in here. Once you substitute this, it will give you this answer, direct. It will give you. So you try, substitute, and see if you get that. I hope you have enjoyed the lesson. Thank you very much for supporting me. In case you want to learn more, if you are in school, GCE student, please do not hesitate to contact me. We have online classes, reliable ones for that matter, and you'll be able to benefit a lot. Well explained, detailed videos are there in mathematics, English, biology, science, and additional mathematics at an affordable fee from Monday to Friday. Join our classes now. Thank you very much. Don't forget to share the video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on TikTok and Facebook. Bye-bye.